Hey, welcome to Neppy Invest. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about a company called Hammer Metals. And this company saw their share price rise by 176% in one day. So usually when you see that sort of share price rise in one day on the back of massive volume, usually there's going to be a very positive announcement behind the rise. And in this case, indeed, there was a very positive announcement. It was in regards to some drilling results they had. So this is a copper and gold explorer. And these drilling results, the market looked very positively at it. Now, I'm not the biggest expert in interpreting drilling results. In fact, I would consider it to be probably my biggest weakness as an investor. And I'm trying to learn, I'm trying to overcome that weakness. So I think in due time, eventually, I'll be able to interpret these drilling results. But in this case, in this video, I'm going to try to interpret some of them. I could be a little bit out, but just because it is my biggest weakness. But that's how you learn. So I'm willing to get any sort of feedback from people who know a little bit more than me. At the moment, I'm going online, trying to search for how to interpret drilling results. There's not a lot of information out there, funnily enough, that I can find. So if you can leave some comments, maybe leave some links, that'll be very helpful, because this is one of my biggest weaknesses I really want to address. So let's get into the share price action on the day they released this announcement. So this is the 1 day 3-minute chart, and the good thing about this chart on this day is it opened at 4.4 cents and then closed at 9.1 cents. So there was a lot of buying through the day, not a lot of selling. So the market got more and more excited about this announcement as the day moved forward. Now, there could have been maybe interpretation of the drilling results, some delayed interpretation, maybe you can call it. There could have been some positive sentiment and momentum behind the share price increasing. So I think all that played into the increase in share price. But if you bought in at the open at 4.4 cents, you made over 100% in the one day. And you're always looking for that sort of gain in one day. Now, what was the catalyst behind the share price increase? So I've already mentioned it was a drilling result. So this is the drilling results, the significant intercepts in the 2 holes drilled. So only 2 holes. Now, the thing that piqued my interest when I read this announcement, so I did see this announcement before open, was the 55 meters at 1.12% copper and the 32 meters at 1.04% copper. So main thing here was the 55 meters at 1.12% copper. The gold results I sort of ignored. It was mainly the copper. So my interpretations of these results was there was a very good copper find. Now, 55 meters at 1.12%. I do know that 1.12% is good for copper, and the sort of depth or the length of the find, 55 meters, you would prefer that to be more, but 55 meters is pretty good as well. So I interpret this as a good find just based off the copper results. I could be completely mistaken, but the length and the grade of the copper was quite good in this case. So how to interpret drilling results. So this is what I'm trying to learn. I'm not finding a lot of information online. I even went through some YouTube videos trying to find some way I could learn more about interpreting drilling results. So if you do have some links, make sure you leave it in the comment section. So on the left-hand side, we just have what determines low grade, medium grade, high grade. And in this case, they're not looking at depth or length of the find, they're just looking at grade. So you can see gold down there. So less than 1.5 grams per ton is considered low grade. So in Hammer Metals' case, the gold find didn't interest me because I did know that was a low grade gold find. But look at copper, medium grade between 0.5% and 1.5%, and high grades above 1.5%. So it's more towards the high grade with the copper finds. On the right hand side, they actually do mention length or depth or whatever you call it of the find. And in Hammer Metals' case, it was 55 meters at 1.12%. So you can see here, anything over 100 meters and 1% copper equivalent or better is considered to be high grade. In this site, they actually also mentioned previous finds, historical finds, and they use those historical finds and the share price increase subsequent to those finds as indications what's a good discovery. And I think both of the cases they had were finds that are over 100 meters in depth and fairly good grades. In gold's case, you can see 2 grams or better would be viewed as high grade for bulk tonnage mining. 100 meters of good grade is, again, good criteria for thickness. So again, what you're looking for here is good thickness length. So a lot of other drilling results I did see over the past week or so, we're talking about 5 meters in thickness, 7 meters in thickness, 8 meters in thickness, maybe at 8 grams per ton gold. But that thickness was what kept those share prices from rising. That's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but it does seem thickness is a very important criteria in a drilling result find. And in hammer metals, we did see 55 meters. Ideally, we'd like to see that above 100 meters, but I haven't seen many above 100 meter finds recently. So this is the share price and volume we did see on the day of the night. And this is really bullish. This is what I really want to see when I see some sort of chart, is this massive volume. Over 200 million shares were traded and a massive increase in share price. Even subsequent days were quite bullish, because I'll get into the next slide, which I do look at the 5-minute chart. And there was, on the open of the subsequent day, on the 21st, there was selling at the open auction. But after that opening auction selling, there wasn't a lot of selling afterwards. In fact, the share price did seem to consolidate around 7 cents or so, and that's quite bullish. So why don't we just look at that chart in the next slide. So this is the 3-day, 5-minute chart. You can see that massive rise on the day they released an announcement. And then the next day, we did see that opening auction sell-off. Share price went from 9.1 cents to about 7.5 cents. So someone decided to sell out on open just because they probably were profit taking. That's my assumption right now. But really bullishness over the next 2 trading days. We just saw the share price go sideways, and that's actually really healthy for the share price. Not a lot of profit taking during that time period. Share price seemed to trade between a range of between about 6.6 cents and 8 cents. And I think that's, again, quite bullish. So I'm very interested to see what happens with the share price over the next few subsequent trading days, because I think this could go on another run, because we've seen the share price go in a bit of a pause, which is, again, very healthy. So I'm very excited. As a holder now, I did buy in at 7.5 cents. As a holder, I'm very excited to see what happens with the share price, because I believe the momentum of that initial trading day where the share price rose 170% on massive volume, I believe that sort of momentum will translate into the future, the next month or so, and we might see significant share price appreciation in the next, say, 1 or 2 months, particularly if they add some follow-up announcements to it. So that's all I've got on this video of hammer metals. So if you do have any comments, any recommendations, any links you can provide so I can improve one of my biggest weaknesses when it comes to my investing, I look forward to reading it, look forward to clicking on any links, looking forward to even potentially talking to you if you can provide me with some information that can go about to me solving one of my biggest weaknesses. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, as you can probably tell from this video, because of this weakness that I have in interpreting drilling results. And if you do need to seek a financial advisor about your own financial circumstances, make sure you seek out someone who can help you and can speak to your own financial circumstances. That's all for this video. Have a good day. I'm ready for lunch. See you later. Bye.